Outside Portland's Heathman Hotel Wednesday evening, a small but passionate crowd calls attention to Gordon Sondland, founder of Providence Hotels, the company that operates the Heathman, also the current U.S. ambassador to the EU.
This man obstructed justice, so we're seeking justice.
Sondland unexpectedly became a key figure in the impeachment inquiry into President Trump. His name has come up in text messages related to the president's interactions with Ukraine. On Tuesday, Sondland was scheduled to testify before Congress, but at the request of the State Department, he did not.
We're here to draw specific attention to this local business person's involvement in the Ukraine scandal.
We're talking about what I think is the gravest threat to our democracy that any of us have ever seen.
Oregon Congressman Earl Blumenauer is so upset he's actually calling for a boycott of the Heathman Hotel and the 5 other Portland hotels Providence oversees. That includes the Sentinel and Hotel Deluxe.
What I would like is to get Gordon's attention and for the public to understand there are things they can do. People need to dial down on how serious a threat this is to the democracy.
That threat to democracy, as the congressman calls it, explains why on this chilly evening, this crowd is camped outside one of Gordon Sondland's Portland properties.
I'm horrified at what's going on, at the lawlessness, at the flaunting of congressional oversight.
Tonight we did receive statements from Providence Hotels and Sondland's personal attorney. First, Providence Hotels is saying, to be clear, Ambassador Sondland ceased being an executive with our company well over a year ago when he was appointed to public service. Boycotting our hotels has no impact on what is happening on the national political stage. As for Sondland's attorney, he says Ambassador Sondland has requested that the Department of State allow him to testify as soon as possible. Precisely because no one is above the law, Ambassador Sondland has turned over all relevant documents sought by Congress to the Department of State, as the Federal Records Act requires. Needless to say, this story is far from over, and you can count on KGW to stay on top of it.